their blood.
If you really, really believe that, you know we can't be killed.
This is a silver knife. When it pierces his heart, the foul thing that possesses him will be driven out. The vampire will die.
He's your brother.
My brother was infected by a vampire's bite. I'm going to make sure no one else is poisoned that way again. Help me do it.
Eric, you can't look at me.
Martha, don't stare at me like that. Your eyes, I feel dizzy.
It's all right now. Just relax. It's all right. Put your hands like that. That's right. Let me kiss you, Eric. Your neck is smooth, smooth white neck.
Huh? Oh, what? What? Huh?
There's a burglar.
Oh, Susan.
I'm telling you, I hear something.
Oh, Susan, you always hear something.
This time I really did. Now, will you please get up and check?
Do you know how many times have I gotten up to check and there's nobody there? Practically every night, Susan.
Keep your voice down.
Practically every night, Susan. Now, there's no burglar out there, I guarantee you. Go to sleep. Shouldn't watch those horror movies.
John,
Go to sleep.
I swear to you, there's a burglar in this house. No, you get up. Please get up.
Susan, I am very tired. I have a very long day tomorrow, and I want to sleep.
I don't care about your day tomorrow. I want you to get up and do something about it. Please.
Why don't you take one of your pills?
I did. Now, John.
Listen, what are we whispering for? There is no burglar in this house. I don't want to play any silly games about it. I want to go to sleep. Now, you too, sweetie. Good night.
To do everything around here. Where's the gun?
Oh, honey.
Tell me where it is, that's all.
Honey, go to sleep.
In a healthy marriage, husband and wife stand opposite each other, open to each other, saying yes to each other. They stand opposite each other because each is a separate person, a world unto themselves, good in themselves. Neither is a satellite of the other. Each is responsible to himself, for himself. They stand open to each other because they've freely decided and chosen to share themselves with the other. They do this by allowing themselves to be known, not as they would like to be, but as they actually are, in all their naked vulnerability and frightening ambivalence. They say yes to the other, not because he's a genial conversationalist, a good provider, or a strong shoulder in time of need, not because she's a gracious hostess, an exciting partner in bed, or a good mother. No, each says yes to the other, not for what he or she does, but rather for what he or she is, a human person etched in the image and likeness of God. This is what the marital relationship can be. But sometimes getting there is a long and arduous process.
Easy, lady. Very easy. Just do as I tell you and you won't get hurt. Sit down.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I guess I better tie you up. Have you got any rope?
No.
No rope?
No, I'm telling you, no rope.
How about some wire? Or maybe some adhesive tape. That'd be good.
I have some tape.
Where is it?
In the bathroom.
Would you mind getting it, please? And no funny tricks now, morning.
Susan, will you please come back to bed?
Who's that?
My husband.
Call him. Call him.
John! John!
There's no need to shout. I'm right here. Who's this?
It's the burglar you said wasn't there.
Oh, my God.
Now, just take it easy, fella. Just take it easy. Everything's gonna be okay. I don't want to hurt you people.
Oh, my God.
You didn't believe me, did you? Go to sleep, Susan. Stop watching those horror movies. Take a pill, Susan. You're just imagining things. Well, what do you call that?
Honey? What do you want?
Well, I want your stuff.
Well, then take it. Take it all. Just leave us out of it, okay?
Oh, isn't he brave? Look how he defends his home against intruders of the night. Take everything. Be my guest. Oh, boy, what a man.
Now, look, Susan.
But, Susan.
Susan, this is serious. That man has a gun. He is a burglar. He is a desperate character.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not. He just said so himself. He's just fine. You're the desperate character. That's who's desperate around you.
Boy, Susan, you sure know how to pick the right moments to get on my back. It's never when we're alone. It's never when we're in private. No. Wait until some big dinner party. Wait until some big cocktail party. Wait until you can make a scene. Wait until you have an audience. Wait until my hands are tied.
Your hands aren't tied.
You know what I'm talking about. You know that you always wait until it is embarrassing before you decide to let me have it. You always wait until just the right moment to let me have it.
Maybe I better tie you folks up, huh?
Oh, that's a good idea. Make sure John's hands are tied. He likes it that way. John's a victim of circumstances. He can never admit he does what he wants. Oh, no, he's just forced by the situation into every little detail of his life. Why, right now, you're getting in his way because he needs his rest. He's got a rough day at the office tomorrow, and he needs his sleep so he can be at his best. He'd love to stay up and talk to you and everything, but he can't because, you see, his hands are tied. It's the story of his life.
For as long as I have known you, Susan, you have been acting this way, handing out this line of garbage. She doesn't like big dinner parties. She doesn't like cocktail parties. She doesn't like business dinners. She doesn't like shopping for expensive dresses and expensive furniture and all the boring things she is forced to do as the wife of a successful man. It's all just too boring for words. But when the invitations come in, who calls up and accepts? Who says yes? She does, again and again. She doesn't have to, do you?
Could you hold it down, folks?
Stay out of this for a minute. You believe that, don't you? You really believe that I secretly enjoy all those parties and all that shopping and that I complained just to make your life miserable?
Yes, I do.
I don't. I do not. I absolutely do not. You're wrong. Now, the only reason you believe that is because it makes you feel better about ruining my life.
Oh, ruining your life. Oh, ruining your life? Oh, well, that's at least a new one, Susan. That's at least one I haven't heard before. Brother Susan, you have a vivid imagination. I'll say that for you. A very vivid imagination. Do you believe her? She's incredible. Do you want some milk?
No, thank you.
It's probably just as well. There's probably no milk in this house. There never is. No milk. She runs this house like, I don't know. And I've got an ulcer, you know. You're supposed to have milk all the time, and there's never any milk in this house. We also have a daughter. There's no milk for her either.
Here he goes on his ulcer again.
Yeah, she's even bored with that. No sympathy, just boredom. Her entire life is one vast stretch of boredom. It's just about the only thing she feels. Now, I have a job. I care about that job. It matters to me, but she can't understand that because all she feels is boredom. Boredom! Boredom! All right, Susan, I give up. Where's the mailbox this time?
Where it always is. Left-hand cupboard, and if you were ever home, you'd know where things are kept. But he's never home. Do you know when he's home? Saturday afternoons and Sundays. Some Sundays when he's not playing golf or business contacts. Valuable business contacts on the golf course.
You play golf?
No.
It's fun. It's a good game. A little exercise, gets you out of the house.
Get you out of the house. You're never in the house, John.
Neither are you. You're always out buying milk, right? You want a drink?
Not in the job.
Oh, a little coffee, anything.
Here, a little coffee will be okay.
Oh, good. Sit down, sit down. Make the man some coffee, Susan. I'm gonna have a drink.
Make it yourself. He's such a friend of yours. See how he is? Everybody's friend. You come here to rob us, and he offers you a drink or a cup of coffee. He's so spineless.
Do you think I'm spineless because I offer you a cup of coffee? Do you? Of course he doesn't. I mean, we should be grateful because he isn't gonna shoot us.
He might.
No, I don't want it.
Will you make the man some coffee, Susan? Will you get off your rear end and do something useful for once in your life?
Make your local criminal feel at home, John. This man came here to rob us. He is not our friend. He is a thief. We should not be making him coffee. We should be calling the police.
Oh, wait a minute.
Take it easy. Take it easy, fella. Nobody's going to call the police. She just said that to rile you. She's very good at that. It's her best skill. She knows how to get under your skin. You see how she did that to you? Imagine how I feel. I have been married to her for 12 years.
13.
13. Pardon me, 13. It feels like a million. It feels like forever. Do you know how boring it is to live with someone who is bored all the time? I'll make you your coffee. Instant okay?
Sure.
Have a cookie.
Thank you.
You know, she'll never admit it, but she's really very grateful to you. Because you have provided a little excitement in her life.
Folks, can we
Do you know what she's going to be doing tomorrow? She's going to be calling up all of her friends, and she's going to be telling them what an exciting thing happened to her last night. There was a burglar in the house. How thrilling.
And John made him coffee. Wait till they hear that.
Which they will, you can be sure. They will receive a full account of what a spineless coward I am. Especially her mother. Do you know that they talk for at least an hour every day about what a coward I am? But when her mother had to have her hysterectomy, guess which coward paid the bill? Do you know how much that cost me? Can you guess?
$2,000?
Close, $2,300.
Well, I know those doctors will rip you
That's
off. Yeah,
enough.
I mean,
All
my
right,
wife
sit
was
down.
off.
You two men get together and talk about how rough it is, how tough we women make life for you. Why, I'll bet you've got mother-in-law troubles too, don't you? In fact, I'll bet you two have a lot in common. As a matter of fact, John's a crook too. Do you know what he does? He sells total body deodorant spray for total body protection. Now, do you know who needs total body deodorant spray? Nobody, that's who. But John here convinces them that they desperately need it.
Now, look, Susan.
Now, if you ask him how he can hold his head up in public selling people such total unnecessary garbage like total body deodorant spray, do you know what he says? It's good for the economy. Whose economy? His economy, that's who.
She's always like this. It's her favorite thing. When she has nothing else to complain about, she complains about the products I market. We also make some antibiotics and some very good arthritis drugs. But she never mentions those because she can't complain about those because her own mother uses those arthritis drugs and thinks they're terrific. So she talks about the total body deodorant and tries to make it seem as if I am wasting my life.
You are.
And the truth is that she is wasting her life sitting around complaining about boredom. I said to her, look, why don't you get out and do something? Do some charity work in the library, get a job, do something if you're so bored. I'll tell you something else, talking about deodorant. You just go into our bedroom and you look at her dressing room table. She has got more goops and creams and lotions and garbage than any woman alive, all so that she will look young and attractive and get lots of compliments at those parties she hates to attend.
She looks pretty good to me.
Uh-huh. Well, you have just made her day. She loves compliments.
Well, I mean, my wife goes to bed in those big curlers.
You know, you should keep giving her compliments, fella. You might get somewhere. She she does have affairs from time to time. They bore her, of course, but she does.
All right, John, that's enough.
Yes, indeed, my friend. She is definitely available. Anything to relieve the boredom.
Mister, I don't want you to get the wrong idea.
Oh, he didn't get the wrong idea. He doesn't mind what I do. He doesn't care. He never has time to make love to me because he's so busy with business. Busy business. You know something? He's a little relieved if somebody else will do it for him.
What are you taking your coffee?
If you don't mind, I think I'd better just skip the coffee. I better get back to work.
Oh, you can't go now. Things are just getting rolling. Why, in a few minutes, John here will be asking you to rate me, so he'll feel a little better about his wife. He'll be able to feel that she's a miserable tramp who's bored all the time, so he won't have to bother with her, which is the way he looks at it.
That is not how I look at it at all. You will do anything to keep from taking responsibility for yourself. You will do anything to make it my fault. Isn't anything your fault, Susan? Anything at all?
Got any milk?
No milk. There's never any milk in this house. Drink it black.
Yes, there is too, milk. It's right there. And you'd have to be blind to miss it. It was there all the time, staring him right in the face, but he didn't see it. There's a lot he doesn't see.
There is a lot that I do see.
Oh, it's all an excuse. His wife is a tramp, and she's miserable, and she's bored all the time, and that's why he can never pay any attention to me, because I'm such a miserable tramp. Well, if it's all so bad, if it's such a rotten marriage, how come he never got a divorce?
I've thought about it.
Thought about it. He thinks about everything, but he never does anything.
She'd like to think that I'm a weakling, you see. But that's not it. It's because of Debbie. That's why we're still together.
You see what I mean? External circumstances. His hands are tied. If it weren't for Debbie, he would leave me. Just one external circumstance after another.
Can you imagine living with this day after day, year after year?
I do.
Does your wife complain about your job? I bet she doesn't like you working nights, huh?
Well, she's afraid I'm going to get killed or go to jail.
What's so unreasonable about that?
Huh?
Well, now, don't give me any of that. I asked a question. What's so unreasonable about worrying whether he's going to get killed or go to jail? Huh? Tell me.
Look, you two got your own private thing going here. Leave me out of it, please.
Oh, that's just what John says. Leave me out of it. I got a golf game to go to. Got to get up early for work tomorrow. Just leave me out of it. Don't bother me with your problems. And so then I call my friends on the phone, and he complains about that. Or I call my mother, and he complains about that. Well, what am I supposed to do? If he had his way, I'd do nothing. That's what.
Oh, she is such a liar.
Oh, and I'll tell you something else. You know those creams and makeup he complained about? Well, guess who wants that? The old golf pro over there. Come on, sweetheart, let's not go to pot here. Let's keep up appearances for business reasons. I mean, a big corporate executive with 5 assistants can't have a dumpy, frumpy wife. Oh, no, he wants a poochie-coochie wife, and you've got one.
Oh, I'll say, with a vengeance.
Do you think I enjoy smearing that junk all over me? I do it for him.
She does it when she goes out to have lunch with her girlfriends. It has nothing to do with me.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no, it
Yes,
doesn't,
it does.
Susan. No, it
Yes,
doesn't.
it does.
It's your choice, and I wish you'd stop trying to put it on to me. You decided you like it that way, but I wish you'd take responsibility for once in your life. Does he ever say he's not a burglar?
Well, I'm not.
Of course you are.
Part-time.
Now, look, let's not fool around here, fella. You break into my house, you intend to rob me, and you are obviously a burglar. There is no two ways about it. There is no point in denying that.
John, you're not listening to the man. You never listen to anybody. He is trying to tell you that he is a part-time burglar. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Oh.
And if you folks excuse me, I really got to go.
Not on your life. You're not going anywhere. We're in the middle of a discussion here.
What discussion? It's a fight.
It is not a fight. You are mistaken.
You see how he is? Do you see that? He lives in his own little world. He sees things his own way, and he's always right. I mean, if he says you're a burglar, you're a burglar. It doesn't matter what you say you are. Your opinion doesn't count.
That man is clearly a burglar.
Oh.
I only do a job now and then.
Do you fight with your wife?
Now and then.
Does she ever win, or are you like John, where you're the only winner?
Well, in ours, nobody wins. We just fight to let off steam. Jenny says we fight to make up afterward, you know? Clears the air.
No, that's not the way it's done around here. The air is never cleared, and there is a definite winner, and he is John. Always. Don is always right.
She has to believe that I am unreasonable. If she doesn't, her whole thing collapses.
You're pretty unreasonable.
Did you hear that?
Unreasonable? Are you kidding? I'm not unreasonable. She's unreasonable.
She's unreasonable, too.
Oh, I'll say.
You're both unreasonable.
How did you get in here, anyway?
Look, folks, I just wanted to knock over maybe a TV, maybe a little silver. I don't know anything about you. I only know that you probably got a little TV and maybe a little silver. I don't know about your personal problems, and I don't want to hear them.
You see, John, he's bored. You've bored him.
No, lady, it's just that I got my own problems, is all.
Oh, you see, he is not bored, Susan. Only you are bored. She has trouble with such things because she's always trying to make it everybody else's fault.
If you ask me, you're both in this together.
Well, that's true. We are both in this together, and it's not entirely my fault.
Then it's not entirely my fault either.
I got this friend, Herbie. He and his old lady fight a lot, see? Fighting all the time. And one day his old lady's father dies, and she has to go to Cincy for the funeral. It's going to be gone a week. And Herbie keeps saying how great it is because he's going to get a rest from all that complaining. The minute she's gone, he's going to start having fun for once in his life.
Well?
Well, what?
What happened?
What do you think? Typical Herbie. The whole week she's gone, he mopes, miserable, moping around. And then when she comes back, he's happy and fighting again.
He thinks that's the way we are, Susan.
Don't get me wrong. Just some people like to fight, is what I mean.
You mean like my wife and I?
Well, if you didn't like to fight, you wouldn't fight, would you? Makes sense.
Well, yes, it makes sense, but you see, we wouldn't fight at all if the old golf pro over there weren't so totally unreasonable and
Now,
every single
you
discussion...
listen to me. I have been taking this for 13, not 12, as you were so gracious to remind me, but 13 years of whining and complaining, and I am sick and tired of it.
Not any more than I am, John. I've had it with the way you've treated me. I have given you my life, and you took it. You just took it.
I took your life? Who do you think's been breaking his neck every day at the office, hustling garbage like total body deodorant so his wife will have the pretty little dress?
Oh, now let's not start on my dresses, not when your suits cost $250 a piece.
Well, I earned the money, don't I? I can
like
at least spend
$75.
part of it, can't I?
Part of it? John, you spend all of it.
Oh, that is a good one.
Oh, come on, sweetie. You're not going to wear that old dress again. Come on, we're having dinner with the Rosses again.
Susan!
Now, come on, John, take a look at what's happening to us.
Take your own advice! We're fighting again.
You want a trial separation?
Did I say anything about its separation?
Did
I say anything?
You don't have to hit the ceiling. We've got to be adults. We're fighting again.
Do you want a trial separation?
No.
No?
Well, you don't have to act so surprised. No, I don't want a trial separation.
Why not?
Well, because I happen to think...
What?
It's true. I like the parties. I like the whole thing. It's true. And I like all the junk we have. I know it's silly, but I like it. And I like you, too, sometimes.
You never let me know it. All you ever do is complain.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about maybe once or twice a month taking off your golf game and maybe doing something else?
Like what?
You'll think of something.
You know? We should always be this way.
We won't.
No. But we should.
You'll find a way to mess it up.
And if I don't, you will.
Oh, you're an impossible man. Oh, and I'm keeping you up after all.
No, darling. No, you're not. No, it's not you. It's this burglar. Where did he go? Son of a gun. We have been robbed. We've been robbed. How do you like the nerve of that guy? You give him a cup of coffee and he just walks out and... and rob.
We'd better call the police.
Oh, yeah, it's a crime.
It shouldn't be allowed.
Insight is a production of the Paulist Fathers, a group of Catholic priests who seek to share the good news of God's love with all their brothers and sisters in the human family.